Yesterday we introduced the concept of Muktzeh Mechamat Gufo, something that inherently has no purpose for Shabbat, so it will be considered Muktzeh, like rocks and the like. However, we said there's one way that you can go around, you can circumvent this prohibition of Muktzeh Mechamat Gufo. That is via doing a yichud. By designating this item, designating the rock or whatever this object that generally has no purpose for Shabbat, you can designate it before Shabbat and now use it on Shabbat. How does it work? So the different categories. For example, if I'm using a rock, if I want to use a rock to break open nuts, that's the normal way to use this rock. So it's enough for me to just think before Shabbat starts that I want to use this rock. It's not considered Muktzeh, and I can use that rock as a utensil to break open nuts over Shabbat, just by thinking that I want to use it over this Shabbat. And by virtue of thinking that I want to use this rock and designating it even by thought, it works, and this kli can be used and can be moved on Shabbat. The next category would be similar. Let's say you want אפילו פעם אחת בלבד, אף על פי שלא חשב לשמש בה, בשבת הוא חנן בכך ומותרת בטלטול. The same applies that, let's say I already used this rock one time to break open nuts. That shows that I use this rock in a mutar way, and you can use it on Shabbat. Now this is where it gets tricky. If you're trying to prepare this muktzeh item, that I don't usually use this item for this purpose. For example, that I want to use this rock to cover this bucket or this bottle that I have and I lost the bottle cap. That's not a normal way to use this rock, but it could work in theory. You have to designate this rock for universal, for forever, to be used as this bottle cap, and not just a specific Shabbat alone. When it comes to the previous case, if you just say I want to use it for this Shabbat, it works. But if in the case where you're using a rock for not a purpose that you don't normally use that, like a bottle cap, you would have to say I want to use this forever on Shabbat and not just this Shabbat. Then only does it become permitted to use on Shabbat. But if you didn't designate it for Shabbat, Rav, you're right, and it would be asur to move it. And he explains, even if you did use it once for this purpose, it still wouldn't apply until you designated it forever to be used as his bottle cap. So practically also, let's say someone wants to use a rock as a door stopper. That's usually used as a door stopper, so it's enough for you to think it and designate it before, and that I want to use this rock as a door stopper on Shabbat. But it's good to do so from before Shabbat, so you don't have any problems of touching Muktzeh on Shabbat. Have a wonderful day.